Also on the programme, drying up. Thames Water says it could run out of cash by next summer. And Thames Water say they have just 11 months until their cash runs out. The UK's largest water company says its debt has risen to £15 billion over the last year and is now facing questions about whether or not it can survive. Yasmin Bodobai explains.
Thames Water is in deep trouble. The state of the water it's meant to be looking after has rarely been out of the headlines. More on that in a moment. But the state of its finances are just as murky. Let me take you back to 1989. That's when Thames Water was privatised. At that point, it had no debt. Fast forward 35 years, and because the company's consistently borrowed huge amounts of money amid rising rates of interest and inflation, its debt has ballooned to more than £15 billion. That hasn't stopped it paying out almost £160 million in dividends to shareholders this year. It says to save its own holding companies from financial ruin. Now, we also found out today that the amount of water leaking from its pipes is equivalent to 200 Olympic-sized swimming pools every single day. That, if you can believe it, is down on last year.
There is a huge need for investment in the infrastructure so that people can see the improvements that they want. And for customers, we know that top priorities consistently are safe, clean, reliable sources of drinking water, for a sewage service that functions well.
In fact, Thames Water says pollution incidents have increased in the last year. It's faced a torrent of anger for dumping untreated sewage into waterways. In the last 2 months alone, hundreds of people in Surrey were told their tap water wasn't safe to drink. Record levels of E. coli were recorded in the Thames ahead of the Henley Regatta. And Chalfont St Giles pulled out of the Best Kept Village competition after 6 successive wins because people said the smell from storm overflows was overwhelming. So what happens next? Well, on Thursday, the regulator Ofwat makes a decision on how much bills can go up by. Thames Water previously said it wants to raise them by 44%. And it's looking for new private investors. If it can't raise the cash, well, it's all expected to run out by next May. Back in the spring, contingency plans for temporary renationalisation were being drawn up under the codename Project Timber. If that were to happen, it's surely taxpayers who would pay the price.